So I'm going to gather the top of this skirt with clear elastic. This is another great method. One of the biggest advantages of this method is that it creates even gathers without having to worry about distributing them evenly yourself. Another advantage of gathering with clear elastic is that you have no basting stitches to take out. So the most important thing you need to do when gathering with clear elastic is to exercise the elastic before you cut it to the right length. You want to make sure that it's not going to stretch out longer as you're sewing it, and then it won't be the correct width. So just pull it a bunch of times, let it snap back, and then cut it to the width of whatever you were gathering to. So I'm going to cut it to the width of this bodice. And then I will gather the top of the skirt to be the same width as the bodice. Okay, so I've cut my piece. Now the next thing to do, and this isn't required, but it certainly makes things easier, is to make marks at even intervals along your elastic and along your fabric. So I'm going to use a Sharpie on the clear elastic so that the marker doesn't rub off. I'll use a washable marker on the fabric. So you're just going to fold it in half, find the halfway point, and mark it. Then you're going to fold one of the ends into the halfway point. And mark there. So as you can see, I've marked the edge of the fabric in the same increments as on the elastic. So now when I go to sew it to the edge, I'll be able to match up those marks and gather it evenly. So when you sew the clear elastic to the fabric, the first thing you want to do is put the elastic right up to the corner of the fabric, put them both under the presser foot, and then anchor them with a few stitches. Just go forward one stitch, and then back a couple stitches, and then forward again. Now, this is the trickiest part, is when you first start to get going. You're going to need to hold the back of the fabric so that it doesn't scoot forward when you stretch the elastic and the needle goes up. So you're going to pull the elastic so your marks line up, and then hold the fabric at the back and start sewing. Once you're going, it gets a lot easier to hold the fabric at the back because you've got more to grab onto. So just keep stretching it every time you get to one of the marks, lining those marks up. And you can just use an ordinary straight stitch for this. And there we go. Nice even gathers and no basting stitches to remove.